Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cleveland Stage Door. Man, it is a busy month for me. I have another interview, this time with Mark Vollelunga from Nothing More. Mark, hello, sir.
Howdy, howdy. How are you, Jimmy?
I am doing great. How are you doing?
Yeah, just swell. Doing good. Actually, in an hour, actually gonna go pick up my son from school, and then we'll go drive to Houston and go to a gymnastics meet. It's the
Nice,
season, so busy,
nice.
busy.
Very busy, yes. So you're about to hit the road. You haven't joined the Disturbed concert, the tour yet, but you are about to here in a couple weeks, right?
Yeah. I think our first show is March 28th or 29th, I believe. And
Nice.
yeah, couldn't be more excited. Those guys are awesome. They've taken us out before. Obviously, David sings on Angel Song on our new record and completely kills it. So we're absolutely stoked and honored to be a part of it.
Yeah, that's so exciting. And Nothing More is coming to Cleveland with Disturbed March 31st to Rocket Arena, which is formerly known as Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. They just changed their name last week, so people might not know that yet. Um, so tell me, Mark, you have a new album that just came out back in June. Tell me more about it.
Yeah. This is the first record we haven't self-produced in, gosh, 15, almost 20 years. Really long time. So it feels it was different. It was new for us, and we're actually very excited about it. Just at this stage in our lives and in our career, it's nice that the record process keeps going when we all need to go home and take care of our families and do things like that. And not to toot our own horns, but since we have been doing this for a while, we kind of know what we're doing. So things go a bit quicker, and we don't get in our own way, honestly, with all the self production stuff. Though we still do some of that with all the instrumentals that you hear on the record. It's a slam packed album full of bangers. It's just straightforward, hits you hard early on, definitely front stacked with a bunch of heavy hitters. Um, and then you kind of have your normal sort of philosophical journey type of thing through some songs, bringing in some Alan Watts, whom we love philosophically, spiritually. And then, yeah, hit them home with another huge heavy riff or two toward the back half. Yeah.
Yep. I was listening to it again fully through this week to get ready for the interview. What song do you think fans resonate the most out of the album?
Nice. That's a great question. Sure, you can look at the analytics and look at the data, and more of the singles or the bigger streamers. But honestly, I think right now, we're really pushing House on Sand, and it's going over really, really well. Live, that one really crushes. There's an easy singable one during the "Whoa" section of the chorus,
Hmm.
which is cool, and it's also a great self-reflective song about making mistakes in life and realize it's like maybe I chose wrong about this. Maybe I did build my house on the sand, and now it's time to build my life again. I think that really relates with a lot of people. My favorite track, and I think kind of the cult classic or the sleeper on the album, is Down the River. It's more of a singer-songwriter song, but it does, I don't know, it's a great sing-along all the way
Hmm.
through, and actually has these cool, um, yeah, really heady lyrics, but somehow manages to keep them digestible. I'm really proud of that one.
So what do you for the fans coming on March 31st, what can they expect on the set list? Have you guys put it together yet?
Still arguing about some things, per usual. Yeah. Honestly, we're gonna come out hard and do definitely do, probably four songs from this new record.
Okay.
Um, and then definitely some hits, from previous albums. We're trying to, in typical Nothing More fashion, we always incorporate cool live elements in regards to entertaining dueling drum solos or bass solos or crowd participation things. So we'll try to, incorporate some of that too. We'll see how the rehearsals go. Hopefully, no technical difficulties, and we can actually make some progress in the live element stuff. Keep it fresh.
Yeah, you mentioned this earlier. You guys have been around for a long time, and as you've evolved as a guitarist, what is something that you know now that you wish you knew when you started?
That's a great question. Um, I think, realize nobody knows your band better than you do. It's easy to get in your own head when working with different producers or other bands or and managers label telling you, what they think you should do, and realizing that, you're still the same band when you started, and you kind of that I think that helps a lot, and it's easy to kind of get swayed by a lot of opinions, a lot of cooks in the kitchen. And the other, honestly, the best piece of advice that I'd offer anybody, or even tell myself, would be to find somebody outside of the band that's still like in your inner circle that you trust, um, that can kind of keep you and be honest with you, tell you when you're messing up for sure, and tell you what's a stupid idea, and then tell you when it's like that was amazing. Seriously, you need to keep on that and keep doing that. Find a mentor, somebody like that, that can kind of keep you on that straight and narrow.
That's great. So here's one question I ask everybody I've been talking to lately. What if there's one guitarist you could go back in history and talk to? Who would that be?
That's a great question. Because there's so many. I grew up with Hammett and Hetfield. I'd still love to. Obviously, they're still alive and still killing it. Um, I would love to. I don't know, be in the same room and jam with them. That'd be freaking amazing. I'm a big Mike Einziger Incubus fan. Uh, Mark Tremonti's amazing. I learned all his riffs growing up for sure, and on guitar.
And he's an amazing singer too.
Yeah, yeah, he really
That's
is.
that's the crazy part
Dude,
about it. Like his...
it blew me away, all the freaking Frank Sinatra Christmas
yeah,
stuff that
yeah,
he's
yeah. I
doing.
know.
Like, whoa, that's
So crazy.
left field and awesome.
Yes, very
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, so cool. Of course there's the greats, it would be cool to, I don't know, be in a session or a lecture with like Peter Frampton, or obviously Jimmy Page, freaking Hendrix, some of those early things that he was doing that nobody else was doing. If he could be alive today and just kind of see his influence on rock and roll, I think that'd be amazing, and that'd be really really cool. There's definitely too many to name, but and the Edge. I'm a big effects guy, so I'd love to just tinker and see what he does, and learn.
Absolutely. So, so before I get to my last question, there's one more question that just I thought of. If there's one current band or artist in any genre that you can collaborate with as a band, who would it be?
These are great questions, Jimmy. You're knocking it out of the park. Um, I, we get this question a lot, and I love the idea of working with Muse. The whole band, they're very obviously classically influenced, and kind of they definitely sprinkle that or really pour it on all of their songs, which is really cool, and I think sets them apart. So it would be so cool to work with them and kind of see what we cook up. Uh, be awesome to work with Nine Inch Nails, with Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters. Um, Goodness,
All
yeah,
great
yeah.
bands. Yeah,
Always so many. Yeah. Who's your
definitely.
favorite band? Who are your top five, Jimmy? Hit me.
Um, oh, that is a great question. Let's see. I don't know. I listen to so much.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have a favorite, to be honest with you. Like I have such a mix of variety. I I listen to so much of like with me being a more of a musical theater podcast now. I listen to more musical theater albums now than I have before. But like hard rockers, I love anything from the '80s. Like I'm a huge '80s fan. Um,
Nice.
I love like I love Disturbed. Disturbed is awesome. Um, I love Shine Down is another huge favorite of mine. They're amazing.
Killer.
Really good friends with those guys too. They're great.
Nice.
Um, I don't know, man. That is such a hard question. That is such a hard question. I don't know. I don't know. I've never been asked that question. I never really thought of it, to be honest with you.
No, no, it's
I don't know if I would put like one on top of the other.
yeah,
I don't know. I think I don't really consider anyone like a favorite per se.
sure. Well, what about like, you mentioned theater and really getting into that. Is there
Hmm.
anything that you're super stoked on right now?
Oh yeah, my number one favorite is probably Hadestown. Hadestown is probably one of the best musical theater programs out right now. It's the
Okay.
story and the album is just insane.
I
Like
I know nothing about
takes
it. That's
it's
cool.
based on the Greek on the Greek mythology of Orpheus and the love story of Orpheus, and it just left me mind blown. And it's all like a New Orleans music theme with the trombones and the jazz,
That's killer.
and it's killer. It's so great. It's so awesome.
Yeah, that's
I just saw it for a second time, and it just leaves me speechless every time I see it. It's so crazy,
That's
so
cool. I'll have to
crazy.
check it
So
out. My wife loves all that stuff. All her family's from Baton Rouge, so
oh,
we
nice.
definitely it's Mardi Gras time, Mardi Gras
Yeah. Yep.
weekend, and
Yep.
we're definitely
Yep.
gonna go get some crawfish here.
Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, my other favorites, Hamilton is up there. Everybody loves
Lin-Manuel,
Hamilton, though, but like
so good.
so good. But anyway, all right. So my last question.
Sorry.
It's all good. Let's go back to the topic. My last question. I'm a huge WWE fan, and I remember your song "If It Doesn't Hurt" being one of the theme songs for this past WrestleMania. How
Yeah.
does that feel for y'all to get? How surreal was that for y'all to get picked to be one of the three theme songs for the biggest show of the year for WWE?
Dude, it's always special. It's humbling. It's really cool, especially when you don't know about it. And then just a friend of yours is like, dude, your song's on WrestleMania. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Why wasn't I told about this? But at the same time, that being a good thing, and it's just like, holy crap, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I wish we could have performed live or whatever and like actually gone to the event. That would have been, even the next level up. But it's really cool when I think sort of not necessarily genres, but like platforms and different worlds in regards to the whole wrestling world and like music, rock, metal, kind of getting in there and infiltrating that and being a part of that culture. It's it's special. It's neat because we would have never been exposed to a lot of those people.
And
Uh,
they're the most loyal fans. Like they're like if you go to like it's so crazy. Like if you become like the theme song of Monday Night Raw, and that's like if you go to a Union Underground concert and they play across the nation, guaranteed 90% of the fans know that song from Monday Night Raw because of how
nice.
iconic that was. It's so crazy. But yeah, it's WWE's the hottest it is right now, and I heard that and I was like, oh my god, that is so awesome.
Yeah.
Because they're so like they used to be all rock. That's all it used to be like going up until all the way up until about 5 years ago, and then they shifted to the the pop and then the rap ish
Yeah.
genre. That go with the trends. So when hearing that, I was like, "Oh my god, that is amazing!" So I was so happy for you guys. And I've heard that a lot. I've heard that from a few other friends as well that they don't know when WWE is using their song until after it comes out. Like it was wild. I think that also happened with another group that became the theme song of the show that they didn't know until after it debuted,
Yeah.
and their Twitter started blowing up. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's neat and things happen so fast and there are deadlines, you have to get things in and
Hmm.
so I can totally understand it being last minute and like, let me look up songs with hurt in them. And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, how about this? Oh, great. This is new. Awesome. Sounds cool. Let's do it. And it's like literally sometimes that's the process.
right,
Which
right,
is sweet. We got it.
right. Exactly. That's so great. That's so awesome. Well, Mark, thank you so much for joining me. This was awesome. Nothing more is going to be at Rocket Arena, formerly known as the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, March 31st with Disturbed. It's going to be a rocket show. It's going to be awesome. Tickets are available at rocketarena.com or SeatGeek.com. Mark, anything to finish up the interview with? Any last remarks?
Um, yeah, we're super stoked. Daughtry is also on the bill, if you're a fan of his, and maybe later this month we have a little special something we put together. I'm
Nice.
really excited to release that. And I'm not sure about every night because, but it's kind of on them. But I know definitely several points in the tour. We'll do a song with David from Disturbed, and we'll do a song with Daughtry. So
Nice, nice.
pumped about that. Those
That's so
features.
that's so exciting. That's so
Yeah.
awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait to see the show all together. That's so exciting. So that's awesome. Mark,
Thanks, Jimmy.
thanks so much for joining me. Once again, March 31st at Rocket Arena, formerly Rocket March Fieldhouse. SeatGeek.com. Mark, thanks so much.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Jimmy.